In this tutorial, I wanted to talk about another way of increasing when we're working on our knit project. So that is the knit front and back and the purl front and back, or abbreviated as KFB or PFB. Now, the difference is the knit front and back creates a right leaning increase, and you can see it's kind of like curving off to this side and it's leaning to the right, whereas the purl front and back, you'll see that it's done on the wrong side, leans to the left. So from the front, it will show it leaning to the right and to the left, whereas when you do this one, the purl one is done on the wrong side of your work. But first, I'm going to show you how to do the knit front and back. I have a marker here. This is a good time to explain why markers can be useful. So it just shows that I'm going to knit 3, and then I'm going to do my increase. So it's just marking the stitch before I do my fancy bit, which today is going to be the knit front and back. But sometimes it can be used for letting you know when you're cabling. It can be the start of a row or a round. It can be the start of colour work. There's lots of things that they can be used for. So, right, let's get into it. Right, so first I'm going to knit until my marker. Hopefully at this point you know how to knit, so we're going to just knit to our marker. So here's our marker. And when we get to the marker, we just fell off, but you could just slip it onto the needle so that it's out the way. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to knit into the front and back of this stitch. Now, what that means is we're going to knit it like normal, like so, right? But don't drop it off of the needle yet, because instead what we're going to do is knit into the back of the stitch by going around it and through that back strand. Then we're going to wrap our yarn around, bring it back through where it came, and then drop it off. So out of one stitch, we've created 2. The interesting thing about the knit front and back, and why I prefer to do M1R, M1L, is the fact that it does leave a bar. Now, if you want that to be a nice design detail, it's great, but for me, I feel like the M1R and M1Ls are slightly cleaner looking. Now I'm going to do it super slowly for you. So this right here is going to be the stitch that we are going to increase, and we're going to work into this stitch twice. So what I mean by that is we're going to go to knit this stitch as normal. So you do your knit as if you're going to knit it off, but don't take the stitch all the way off. So you stop just before you drop off your regular knit stitch. Then what we're going to do is we're going to knit into the back loop. So we're going to bring our needle up, round to the back, and knit through the back bar of the stitch. Then we're going to wrap the yarn around, bring it back through to the front, and then we can drop it off. And we've just increased the stitch here. But as you can see, it's created a little bar, but that is going to give us a right leaning increase. I'm going to show you again. So this is a stitch that we are going to knit into twice. So we're going to do a regular knit stitch, but don't drop it off the needle. So regular knit stitch, wrap the yarn around, bring it back to the front, but do not drop it off the needle. Okay? So regular knit stitch, don't drop it off the needle. But you can see that where we haven't dropped it off yet, there is this bit of yarn that's wrapped around. What we're going to do is we're going to knit into this bit here, the back. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to go from the back into the stitch this way, which is the back bar. Then we're going to wrap the yarn around, bring it to the front, and then drop it off. And that is our knit front and back. One more time. I feel like we need to go over this one a couple of times because it can look a little bit confusing. This stitch, knit front and back. Are we ready? We're going to knit as normal, but don't drop it off of the left needle. So knit like normal, bring it to the front, but don't drop it off. Now we've got this extra bit of yarn from our row previous that is wrapped around our left needle. We're going to knit into this back strand right here. So to do that, we're going to take our right needle around the back, through the stitch, through that back bar, then we're going to wrap our yarn around and then bring the needle back through where we just came to the front, and then we're going to drop it off. So we've worked into that stitch twice. So I'm now going to knit to the end of this swatch and show you what it looks like on the wrong side of your work. Okay, so on our wrong side of the work, you can see here are the two stitches that were created, here and here. And on the wrong side, they kind of look pretty normal. So what we're going to do is we're going to work all the way across so I can show you exactly what they look like. But when we're doing our increases, sometimes people like to increase on both sides of the work in the same spot to create a really dramatic shaping. But most of the time and in most patterns, you'll do an increase in one row or round, and then you'll knit a round or a row without any increases, and then you'll do another increase, just to create a more even kind of texture to where you're increasing in your work. Okay, right, let's get to, okay, so here are the stitches that were added. So you can see that it looks a little bit different to our regular purl stitches here. So it looks a little bit close together and a little bit tight, but you just work these stitches as normal. So purl, and then you purl this one, and then we slip our stitch marker onto our other needle, and then you continue purling all the way to the end, like so, and there we have it. That is our knit front and back. And you can see when you're knitting front and back, it creates this little bar when you're increasing. So it's a cute little design feature, but I feel like the make one rights, make one less look a little bit neater. So now that we've done the knit front and back, now we're going to do the purl front and back, which is essentially going to mirror what we were doing with the knit side, but we're going to do it on the wrong side. But from the right side, you can see that this one leans to the left slightly. So what we're going to do on our wrong side is we are going to purl until we get to our marker, or whenever you want to increase. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to slip this marker out of the way. So now, right here is the stitch that we want to increase. So we're going to purl into the front and also to the back. So our purl, as normal, yarn is at the front of our work. We're going to go in as if we're going to purl it regularly, like so. But again, we're not going to drop the yarn off of the needle. As before, you can see this extra strand that we've got from where we've done our purl stitch but haven't dropped it off our needle. So what we're going to do is now we're going to purl into the back loop of the stitch, wrap it round, bring it through and drop it off. And there we have increased into that stitch and we've worked it twice. I'm going to secure it like so. So I'm going to show you again how to purl into the front and back of the stitch. So this stitch, we're going to purl it as normal, but do not drop it off of the left needle. So into purl as normal, wrap the yarn around, bring it to the back. Now don't drop this bar off. So this piece of yarn here is around the needle. This is the front part, and then this is the back part. So what we're going to do is we're going to purl into this back bit, which is through here, through the back, like so, and into the stitch. And I like to use my fingers to hold the work in place. And then wrap the yarn around again, and then bring it back through where you came. And now we can drop it off. And that is purling into the front and back. Purling into the front and back can seem a little bit complicated, but again, once you understand that how to keep it all on your needles, it'll make sense. So one tip I would give you is use your fingers to really hold things in place, because when things get a little bit fiddly, you want to make sure that nothing drops off your needles. So to purl front and back, purl as normal, but don't drop the stitch off of your left needle. So here we go, purl as normal, but don't drop this piece off. We'll keep that piece on. Now we're going to purl through this back loop here. So to do that, we're going to take our right needle and we are going to purl in here through the stitch. So it's kind of created like a little loop, you'll see. And you go all the way through, then you're going to wrap the yarn around and then bring the needle back through where you just came and then drop it off the needle. And that is a purl front and back. We'll do it one more time just for luck, right? Okay. For this one, I am going to say it, then do it, allow you to catch up, and we'll do it bit by bit together, okay? So first, we're going to purl as normal, but don't drop the stitch off of the left needle. So left, so right needle through the stitch as if to purl, wrap the yarn around, needle goes to the back, the stitch stays on here. Don't drop it off just yet. Now, we're going to take our right needle and purl through the back loop. See this bar here? Right here at the back. That's where we're going through. So I like to hold my finger on this so it's not going anywhere. Okay? You can sometimes give it a little bit of slack like this just to give it a little bit of extra space to work with. But then we're going to take our right needle, we're going to go from the back through this stitch. You see that bar? I'm picking up that bar there, and then we're going to go all the way through the stitch. Now we're going to wrap the yarn, and now we're going to take the needle and the yarn back through where we just came from, and then we're going to drop it off. And there you have your purl front and back. And to finish the row, we just purl out the rest of the stitches. Okay, so now if we look from the right side, you can see where we've increased. So we did these stitches, and then we've got the knit, and this is where we've increased, and you can see the bar that it's created. Similar to the knit front and back, it's created the same thing, but on the reverse side, so it's leaning in the other direction. Knit front and back, purl front and back are two great ways to increase by working into the same stitch twice, but then you have, for example, the make one right and make one left, where you're picking up the bars between stitches. So there's two different ways that you can increase. There are also many more ways to increase, but those are probably the most standard and the most common you might see in any knitting patterns that you might be following. Thank you for watching this video. Now don't forget to subscribe to Let's Get Knitting for more tutorials of knit and crochet, and of course, some extras from Game of War.